What's going on, guys? It's Brandon Beck here again for a playoff series preview for the third round. We are here at the conference final. We have Carolina and Florida. Carolina being number one in the Metro, and Florida being the second wild card in the playoffs, making it all the way to the third round here for the first time since 1996. Carolina, it's the first time they've been here since 2019. First time these teams have met in the playoffs. To get here, Carolina beat the wild card one Islanders in 6. And then they beat the number 2 in the Metro Devils in 5. For Florida, they beat the record-setting President's Trophy winning, destroying recordy Bruins in 7 after being down 3-1. And they beat number 2 in the Atlantic, Toronto, in 5 to advance to the Western Conference or Eastern Conference Final. Factors for both of these teams. For Carolina, I put theirs as depth. Their depth has been crucial with Svechnikov out and depth scoring. You got guys like Martinook and Fost and a bunch of guys in there that are really helping this team get goals. And look at Martinook, he had 10 points in the last round, which we'll get to. So, so very, very good depth for the Hurricanes, comparatively speaking, to the Panthers, whose goaltending has been unbelievable. Sergei Bobrovsky, playoff Bob, is back. While Carolina has had solid goaltending, they haven't really need to have solid goaltending besides the game where they led an 8 against the Devils. Bobrovsky's been unbelievable. He has single-handedly kept his team in games, and he's right back to where he was in 2019, I'd say. Meetings between these teams, they played 3 times against each other this year. On November 9th, 2022, in Florida, Florida wins 3-0. And then on December 30th, 2022, Carolina wins 4-0. And then on April 13th, 2023, in Florida, Carolina wins 6-4, so they take the season series 2-1. Let's look at point scorers. For the Hurricanes, you have Aho, 5 goals, 5 assists, 10 points. Martinook, 3 goals, 7 assists, 10 points. He is the hottest player in the league right now when it comes to points. He had 10 points in 5 games against the Devils. He did not have a point in the first round, I don't believe. Fost, 5 goals, 3 assists, 8 points. Jarvis, 4 goals, 4 assists, 8 points. Burns, 2 goals, 6 assists, 8 points. And for goaltending, Anderson's 5-0 with a .931 save percentage. Ronta's 3-2 with a .907 save percentage. To the Panthers, Tkachuk, 5 goals, 11 assists, 17 points. Verhaeghe, 5 goals, 7 assists, 12 points. Montour, 6 goals, 3 assists, 9 points. Barkov, 2 goals, 7 assists, 9 points. Reinhart, 6 goals, 2 assists, 8 points. Bennett, 4 goals, 4 assists, 8 points. So it's very a top-heavy team. Their depth isn't contributing much. I mean, their depth has been there. You got guys like Eric Stahl and Nick Cousins who have been contributing, but they're not as prominent as the ones on Carolina have been. And, of course, Duclair coming back from injury, he's made an impact, not as big as I think Florida was expecting, but he's been good where he's had to be. So, Montour, of course, with the 6 goals stand out. He was not very visible in the last round against Toronto, but he's had a good series against Boston. And then Barkov, I'm not sure where those 9 points came from. I just feel like I haven't seen him do anything whatsoever. Tkachuk, Verhaeghe, Reinhart, Bennett, even Montour in the first round, they've been the stars for this team. And, of course, Bobrovsky. Speaking of Bobrovsky, 7-2, .918 save percentage. He's been fantastic. And then Lyon, since he was the starter for the start of the playoffs, 1-2 with a .902 save percentage. I will say Bobrovsky is finally living up to that $10 million contract for 7 years, which we're already 4 years into, which is already insane to me because I remember when that deal was signed. My marker. But yeah, that's really going to be all I have for you in this one. Of course, you're going to be asking who do I think is going to win the series. I took the Panthers in the last round, and I took the Devils to beat the Hurricanes. What I'm learning is don't bet against the Hurricanes, but I'm going to do it. I think the Panthers have a chance to pull this off like they did against Boston. I thought they were going to beat Toronto, so I was happy I said that. And I don't know. I just have a feeling that this might be the Panthers' chance. This might be the Panthers' chance to get back to the final. And I kind of hope they do. I'm going to be rooting for the Panthers in this series. In fact, hold on one second. In fact, quick swap right there. Put on the Panthers jersey to show my full commitment to the Panthers winning this series. Let's go Panthers for this series. Got my Huberdeau jersey on the back, even though he's no longer on the team. And of course, I have my other Panthers jersey from around when Luongo played there, and they were in like 2012 and 2016 playoffs, and they both lost in the first round to the Devils and the Islanders in those years when they were a higher seed. But you know what? That doesn't matter because this is a new team. These Panthers are going to make the finals. They're who I'm rooting for in the East, and they're I think who is going to win in the East. Overall, Carolina and Florida, two of my favorite teams in the East, going against each other. Southeastern final, I couldn't ask for more in this series. I want to thank you guys so much for watching here. Tell me down below who you think is going to win the series, and I thank you guys so much for watching, and I shall see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.